everybody, this is Tina. Welcome to my video today, you guys. It is Monday and I thought I would make a card for you guys, and I wanted to use these two stamp sets. These are two out of the brand new annual catalog, and I had gotten them and I have not played with them yet, but I've been wanting to dive into them. So I'm actually going to use both of these. I'm going to use an image from this one, this little lady right here, and then the reason that I love this sentiment or this stamp set is because of the sentiments. It has really great sentiments. So I'm going to do something a little fun. I have some inks out here. So this is Berry Burst, this is Lemon Lime Twist, and this is Bermuda Bay, which is a fun color combo. And then I have some things. So first I have a card base of Lemon Lime Twist. You guys, I said I wasn't going to like this color, and I have ended up really liking it and using it. It pairs really well with basic black, and then it also is a fun bright color for summer, and the color combo we're using today has Bermuda Bay, which is my favorite. So we're starting with the card base, and I've just cut this at 4.5, and then I folded it, and that gives me a standard size card. And then I have a couple other things here. So we have a piece of Whisper White, and that is just cut at 4 by 5.25 because it's going to be a really simple layer. That's what I like to do, you guys, really simple. So then I pulled out some stuff that I had gotten from Celebrations this last year. It was this really pretty glimmer paper. You guys, I hoarded this. Like, I bought well, you got this for free if you placed a $50 order, and there towards the end of Celebrations, I kept getting this as a free item, and I've hoarded it. So I kind of broke it out, and I'm going to use it. I'm not going to use this mint macaroon color just because it's not in this color scheme, but I am going to use these other two colors. I also pulled out my writer markers. I always get the markers, and I don't always use them a ton, but I like having them on hand for this reason. Okay, so let's get started. We're gonna start with my Whisper White piece right here, and I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm doing. And this is gonna be really simple, and I don't want it to be stressful. So it's kind of like this imperfect stamping, and we're just gonna go with it. So in this stamp set, there is this image right here, which I love, and it's like these little, you know, dots, ink blots kind of things. So this is going to be fun. So we're going to start. I have my Stampin' Scrub right here because I'm going to clean off my stamp as I go. I'm going to have to do that. And I love using my Stampin' Scrub. There was a discussion that I saw earlier this week, and it was actually over the weekend, about using a Stampin' Scrub compared to using your baby wipes. And for a long time, I put off getting a Stampin' Scrub because I just thought it wasn't necessary. But I found when I use the baby wipes, they leave all those fibers on your stamps, and so I don't like it. And I know a lot of you guys will recommend using a chamois. Like, I know Lawn Fawn has a chamois, and you can get them on Amazon. I personally hate those. They give me the shivers. Like, they, you know, like nails on a chalkboard kind of feeling. I really dislike the chamois. So I just stick with my Stampin' Scrub, and it's really nice. I use the solution that Stampin' Up! Sells, and what I do is I dilute it. So I use 50% of it and 50% water, and it stretches the product. And then it also is nice because it conditions your stamps. So we're going to start, I think I'll start with Berry Burst, and I'm just tapping this onto my ink pad. And then we're just going to randomly stick some color down, just like that. And I want to do it in 2 places, and I'm going to kind of rotate my stamp and then place that on my paper. And I'm going to do that with each color, and I'm going to try not to like overthink where I... Okay, so that's pretty good. And then I'm going to want to stamp my sentiment on here. And originally I was planning on using the Lemon Lime Twist, but because my stamping on my paper here is a little bit more spaced out than originally what I meant it to be, we're just going to go ahead and grab Basic Black. And I want to use this Have a Magical Birthday. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it down here. Just like that. So one of the tips that I have for you guys when you're trying to line up your images, so I don't always put my sticker on perfectly, and I trim around my sticker so that it sticks to my block better. So I'll just trim as close to my image as I can. So my sticker is not always, it doesn't always represent perfectly the way my stamp is. So for me, what I do to line my stamps up is I line up the bottom of that stamp with the bottom of my paper. So even if I'm wanting to go like in the middle or something, what I'll do is I'll start at the bottom and I'll line that up. See, if it was like this, like that's very crooked, you can really tell, but what you do is you just line up the bottom of that stamp with your paper and then you bring it up, and that's going to allow that stamp to be a little bit more straight without relying on if you placed that sticker on there correctly. So we'll also need black to stamp our little mermaid gal. So let's do that. Let's set this aside. And what I did is, you guys know, you're not going to be surprised, I took my circle stitched die and I went ahead and I cut one of the smaller ones out, and then we're going to stamp this little mermaid, and I'm just stamping her right in the middle. Okay, so now let's do some really basic coloring. I don't want to spend too much time doing the coloring. I just want to do it pretty basic. So the great thing about our writer markers are they're much like the Tombow markers, where they have a brush tip on one end and then a fine point on the other end. You can refill these and re-ink them, and they last a long time. They're really worth getting. So what I'm going to do is just some basic coloring. And this is a pretty easy image to color. That I really like using is the Bic markers, and I am planning on doing a kind of a review of markers that I have in my craft room. I have a few Copics that I use every now and again. I use Sharpies. I recently got the Sharpie art pens because I have been doing a little bit of bullet journaling and I've been enjoying that, and so I was using those. And so I thought I would do a video coming up here in the next couple weeks just sharing with you guys what markers I use and what I like to use them for. So I just picked out a brown here and I'm using that on her hair. And I like using the Whisper White to do the coloring and the stamping because my image is a little bit more crisp. So let's bring our card back over and let's finish it up. This is a super simple card, you guys. So now I have some of this glitter paper that I hoarded and I've just cut some strips here in the pink and the Bermuda Bay, and we're just gonna layer these. I thought I would enter this in the global design project for this week. I thought it would be fun, and their design element is kind of these stripes in the middle, so that's kind of what I took inspiration from. So what I'm going to do is just adhere these down. I'll use my snail to do that. And I kind of want them a little bit wonky. Like, I don't want them lined up. I don't want them perfect. I kind of cut them at all different sizes. And then what we're going to do is take and adhere our little mermaid right on there, and we'll put the rest of the card together. So let me get this together and I'll be right back. I am back. I'm gonna zoom you out a tiny bit. I put some foam on the back of my actual layer here, and I'm just going to center that right on my lemon lime twist. And then I also have some foam on the back of this circle, and sometimes I use this foam, this 3M foam, just because it's more sturdy because it's a longer strip. So then I'm gonna stick this right here, and that will also stick better to my glitter paper here. So the only other thing that I thought about doing was adding a couple sequins. So let's just see how that would look. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not, but let's just see how that would look on here. I'll stick these on some glue dots and I'll put those right on there, and then you'll be able to see those better in the photo over on my website. So I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing this card that I created. It was super fun, and it was also really simple. I'm gonna go ahead and enter this in the global design project for this week, and then you can pick up any of these supplies in my online store. Don't forget that this month I'm giving away a stamp set when you order $50, and Stampin Up is giving $5 coupons for every $50 that you spend. So it's a fun month of promotions, and I hope you guys are enjoying those. You can check the supply list in the description below or over on my website. I hope you guys are having a fabulous Monday, and I will talk to you guys later this week.